Number 6. The Mysterious Gnome. In 2008, a creepy gnome was captured on film in Argentina. Carlos Lopez, who recorded the footage, reported seeing the creature while out in their hometown of General Ramirez, Argentina. He recounted, "We were chatting about our last fishing trip. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I began to film a bit with my mobile phone while the others were chatting and joking. Suddenly we heard a weird noise like someone was throwing stones. We looked to one side and saw the grass moving. At first we thought it was a dog, but when we saw this gnome-like figure emerge, we were terrified." Other locals have since reported sightings of the gnome, causing a wave of fear throughout the town. Number 5. The Devil's Footprints. On the night of February 9, 1855, after a light snowfall, a series of hoof-like marks appeared in the snow in Devon, England. These footprints, measuring 1.5 to 2.5 inches wide and 8 inches apart, stretched over 100 miles, following straight lines and traversing obstacles like houses and rivers. Footprints even appeared on roofs and high walls, as well as leading up to and exiting drain pipes as small as 4 inches in diameter. Rumors of a devil-like figure accompanied the sightings, prompting many townspeople to arm themselves and attempt to track down the beast, but to no avail. Strangely, similar marks were found again on the night of March 12, 2009 in Devon. Number 4. Jack. In September 1931, the Irving family claimed to hear persistent scratching and rustling noises behind the wooden wall panels of their farmhouse. Initially they thought it was a rat, but the creature began making various sounds like a ferret, dog, or baby. The unseen entity soon revealed an ability to speak and introduced itself as Jack, a mongoose born in New Delhi, India in 1852. According to the daughter, who was the only one to see him clearly, Jack was the size of a small rat with yellowish fur and a large bushy tail. Jack claimed to be an extra clever mongoose, an earthbound spirit, and a ghost in the form of a weasel. He once said, "I am a freak. I have hands and feet, and if you saw me you would faint, be petrified, mummified, or turned into stone." The daughter, who took Jack under her wing, maintained until her death in 2005 that Jack was not a figment of her imagination. Number 3. James Morton. On September 3, 1873, James Morton accepted a challenge to race from Leamington to Coventry, a 20-mile trek. Boasting of his foot skills, he set out to prove them, followed by 2 friends, George Burns and William Wise, in a horse-drawn carriage. Burns brought his camera. Morton was never out of their sight, often turning to exchange words with them. Suddenly he stumbled and pitched forward, letting out a piercing scream before vanishing mid-fall. The road told the story. Morton's footprints led down the middle, then disappeared. A search ensued, but neither Morton nor any trace of him was found. Strangely, bloodhounds were reluctant to approach the spot where Morton vanished, and he was never seen again. Number 2. Billy. On August 7, 1973, several people in New Mexico using CB radios heard distressing cries for help from a boy named Billy. He claimed to be trapped in a red and white pickup truck with his father, who had a heart attack and died. They had been rabbit hunting when the truck flipped into a ravine. Over the next few days, Billy's signal faded in and out, heard in California, Wyoming, and Arizona. Panic-stricken, Billy flipped between channels, crying for help. A search and rescue team was dispatched, but despite a helicopter pilot making contact, no trace of Billy was found. A missing family from Missouri with a son named Billy was located unharmed, and it was presumed Billy's battery died. The search was called off, but those who heard Billy's cries insist it was no hoax. Number 1. The Woman. On November 29, 1970, hikers in the Isdalen Valley in Norway discovered the charred remains of a young woman. Surrounded by sleeping pills and gasoline bottles, all her clothing tags were removed, and her fingerprints were sanded off. Dental work suggested Latin American origins. Traced to 2 suitcases at Bergen's train station, her luggage contained cryptic diaries, wigs, and evidence of travels under 9 different names. Witnesses reported seeing her in several hotels, always changing rooms and ordering porridge with milk. 5 days before her discovery, a local man encountered her on a remote trail. Noting her elegant but inappropriate attire and fear-stricken face, she tried to communicate but was followed by 2 men in black coats. The man waited 32 years to share his story, believing the police had dismissed it. Her identity and story remain unsolved.